I'm here with the makers of BitBlinder, and they're going to give us a martial arts demonstration, right? Or are we going to do an interview?
No, an interview, I think.
Okay. So tell me about. They're very close, guys. They're very close. I sense a kind of bromance thing going on. But tell me about BitBlinder and InnomiNet.
Well, so it's BitBlinder.
BitBlinder. Sorry, I said that.
No problem. And the basic idea is that we provide online anonymity. So if you want to browse online or if you want to share files through BitTorrent, we can let you do that anonymously so that nobody can track you or see what you're doing.
Wow. So those Pirate Bay guys could have really used you a couple of weeks ago, huh?
Yeah, and so it's related to that, yeah. So basically, BitTorrent's a protocol for transferring files, and we allow people to use BitTorrent anonymously. They can also browse the web anonymously. So that, we think, is one of the ways that file sharing is moving towards.
Okay. So do you guys view yourself as a file sharing platform technology, or do you view yourselves as an online privacy type technology?
So our technology is a platform for online privacy, so you can use it with any applications. We've just picked BitTorrent and web browsing because those are two of the most important and widely used applications on the internet right now. So we plan to expand to other applications, and we're all about
instant messaging,
instant messaging, or IRC, or email, or whatever our users want. So we'll have to see when we get it out there. But we're releasing on Tuesday, so people can come to our site.
So your technology, is it actually just like some type of transfer protocol, or is it actually an application? What exactly is the?
We're building on top of the open source Tor project to improve it and make it a lot faster. So Tor basically takes your internet traffic and it sends it through a bunch of other people in a network, in a distributed network. So each person is running the software on their own machine and proxying traffic for other people. So if you download the software, then you transfer traffic for other people in return to get service for yourself. So.
Okay, so the kind of anonymity is provided through a peer-to-peer network.
Right.
If you're taking an open source project, are you allowed to do commercial derivatives of that? What are your licensing conditions for that?
It's under an MIT open source license. BSD.
Right. It's very similar to a BSD license.
Can you explain that?
Sure. So with the MIT license, basically you're free to do whatever you want with the software. There are no restrictions.
Yeah.
You can release it closed source, you can sell it. And we're keeping the MIT license actually, so our software is open source, meaning that people can get the source code and tinker with it.
Okay.
Yeah, and the software will be free, so anyone can download our program. And then to make money, what we're going to do is people who download it, they can either use it for free, but the thing that we've done over Tor is make it so that if you use it for free, you have to provide for the network. So in Tor, anyone can use it for free, and they can just steal bandwidth from other people. But with BitBlinder, people have to provide service to other people if they're going to get service for free. And if you don't want to get service for free, if you want to pay for it, then you can just do that to get service.
Okay.
So you can pay for service. The software is free.
So can you? So the business model is they pay for the service, not to download it, but
right.
Is there some kind of subscription model? Like where does the money come in?
Right. So if people, let's say you want to let's say you want to have like 10 gigabytes of traffic that you want to send anonymously per month, then you can pay us to get those 10 gigabytes, or you could transfer 10 gigabytes for other people in the network, and then in return you'd get that much service for yourself.
Okay. How do investors react to kind of your business strategy, the way that you're using open source assets, leveraging that to a subscription service, but using basically this kind of freemium model where you allow the initial download to be free?
I think they like it.
Yeah, it's actually sort of the classic open source model, right? Where the software itself is free, but you let people pay for a service. So it's pretty similar to what other companies like, say, Red Hat do. At least that part of the business I don't think is too innovative.
Okay. Okay. So you view like you'll have as much widestream adoption as Linux or Apache, that sort of thing. Modest goals.
No,
Modest goals.
We would like to have lots of users, so we would like this to go really big. And so another thing that this can be used for, we probably should have said in the beginning, so that people, whatever. So in addition to anonymity, it's also useful for filter avoidance. So if someone is filtering your internet access, say in China or at work, then you can use this to get around those.
Right. So if you want to go to Facebook, but
you don't want your boss watching you.
Right. You can use BitBlinder and you can do that.
Okay. Okay.
So we think there's
So far I've heard the commercial applications of this are pirating copyrighted content, getting around filters at work during productivity hours. Are you concerned about potential legal complications of this, of potential illegal uses, or are there safe harbor provisions for what you share?
So we realize that there are, this is sort of an undefined area of like internet legislation, basically. There aren't really laws about what you can, there are laws about what you can and can't do, but they aren't really specific. There haven't been very many cases. So we're all about free speech, and we're all about, free speech in any form, whether that's BitTorrent or web browsing or FTP or whatever. And so with free speech comes, people say things that you don't want them to say, So you get the good and the bad, but we feel that the good outweighs the bad.
Okay. How are you protected legally for that? Do you have a legal advisory council?
Yeah, we've talked to a few different lawyers about this, and what we're doing is perfectly legal. It's perfectly legal to have anonymous proxies, to have anonymity online, to proxy other people's data. The proxies are not legally responsible for anyone committing abuses. Like, the law is definitely on our side. Especially in the US, there's a really strong history of free speech, and even anonymous free speech. And so the law is on our side. Though, however, because people are anonymous, they might commit abuses, and so there might be things that happen that reflect negatively on the company or on the users or something. So we're going to try and mitigate that as much as we can.
How are you going to mitigate that?
So we'll mitigate that by not marketing it for those purposes. So we're not saying that you
Okay, so your tagline is going to be like, way to download free movies anonymously.
No, so exactly, that is not what we're marketing this for. This is so that people can use the internet in a private and free way. That's basically what it's for. And so that's what we're marketing it for. And we're not, and real criminals, like hackers or terrorists or something, have better tools anyway already. So it's not like they're going to be flooding onto this new BitBlinder thing to pay $10 a month to be anonymous, when they could just use their botnet that they already have for free.
Okay.
And be more anonymous.
Anonymous because they're not going through, any kind of corporation.
Do you guys feel like you're already on some government watch lists?
Actually, we've been talking with the FBI and police and an organization that works
under a bright light in a secluded area, or friendly conversations.
In a friendly conversation, nice
They,
open area.
right, they would like to use this software to track down the people you just talked about before, like the terrorists, hackers, people doing malicious acts. So those law enforcement needs to be anonymous to do those things, and we can help them do that.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can keep police. You can think about it like a plainclothes detective for the internet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Has anyone suggested about using your technology as basically a honeypot to lure those onto your platform and then entrap them?
They did not suggest that yet, and the reason for that is that we can't really reveal. So one of the nice things about the way this is set up is that we don't know the identity of our users.
Okay, so even you, the owners of the platform, do not have access to that information.
We know their identity, but we don't know what they do.
Right. Unlike our competitors, with our competitors, you send your traffic to them and they send it off, so they know exactly where you went. But with us, you send it through the network, and we just track what's going on in the network in a coarse way, so that we can't tell who's talking to who. We just ensure that people provide service.
Okay. And what stage are you? You said you're going to launch this pretty soon?
On Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay. So where can people go if they want to sign up for? Is it an alpha, a beta? What is it?
It's a beta. It'll be open to the first 1,000 users on Tuesday, and then we'll probably cut it off just to make sure that we don't.
Okay. Where can they go?
So the website is www.bitblinder.com. BitBlinder.com.
Okay. And your company's website is?
Either that or InnomiNet. INNOMI.net.
Okay. Well, thanks for your time today, and I wish you guys the best of luck and the minimum amount of legal prosecution.
Thank you.